the best. All right, so let's see if we can share a couple of over under reactions before we wrap up today's episode. Oh man, I needed that laugh more than you know. My sides are still laughing. I'm holding it down like a glass of ginger ale. I'm holding it down right now. So Chip, you always have a way for us to think about it. We said before we're 2/3 of the season through, and we're trying to see what our reactions are, over under reactions. So what do you got for us? Get us some of your thoughts there.
So my overreaction, and it's going to be for both the men and the women.
Yeah.
So just like, I think I've brought up Jordan Hairston's name for a couple of episodes because I was just so impressed how he came out of nowhere. He was I think the tournament most outstanding player last year for the tournament. And so seeing the contributions that we're getting from the bench, it got me to thinking, I think Calvin Robbins is going to be the tournament most outstanding player, and Now Miller is going to be the most outstanding player for the women. So that's why we call it overreactions.
Overreaction.
He gets 10 minutes a game, but he's growing. I like, he's strong in the post. With the highlight potential alone and with his defense, he's my dark horse for tournament most outstanding player. Dunk Master Fleck, Calvin Robbins from where? Chicago.
Chi-Town, baby.
Chi-Town. Kenwood's finest.
Chi-Town.
Kenwood's finest, tournament most outstanding player. And then for the ladies, I think Now Miller is going to sneak in and be tournament most outstanding player. So those are my overreactions. Looking ahead into the crystal ball for the tournament.
I like it. E, you got any over under reactions for us today, man?
Yeah. My overreact. You cannot overreact to the spread of talent throughout the MEAC and HBCU basketball.
This is true.
But you can't underreact to the Bison's ability to be a tournament team. And no matter what has been going on, I was still pleasantly, I was elated to see that we 5-2 in the conference.
Mm-hmm. Bang.
So, and it's all about conference play, and it's all about the conference tournament. And we still got something to show.
I love it. Yeah, I'll round this out today because, I've been thinking about it as, we were worried about whether we'd win another game on the men's side, and were we tough enough on the ladies and the men's side to really make a run to make us a nervous seeding. So anybody who got to see us knew they were going to be going against somebody who was firing on all cylinders at the right time. So I will go out on the limb and think that, I've no longer been worried about Rookie of the Year for Blake Harper. I do think he's a serious contender for Player of the Year. And I do believe that it depends on how the next matchup goes with Norfolk State to really determine if he edges out, his other competition for that category. So I think Blake is going to show why he's the third leading freshman scorer in the nation, right behind the cat from Rutgers and Duke, right? So we're in that conversation. So he's established himself as a guy, a dude, a real dude here.
Mm-hmm.
But on the lady side, though, I believe that we're going to see the emergence of Sanaya King as a legitimate,
that's right,
all-star, all-conference threat. She's going to get Rookie of the Year, I believe, because she's really playing that way. But Diamond Johnson is holding down, a chance to be the player of the MEAC Player of the Year, or most outstanding player potentially. But I think Sanaya is where I'm looking for her to really develop, because she's no longer a freshman in my mind. She's just she's almost got a full season of college under her belt, and she's demonstrating that court awareness that we've enjoyed from players like Elijah Hawkins and other guards we've seen come through the program. She's starting to demonstrate that ability to say, I can make the team around me better. So now Miller gets her player of the tournament because Sanaya King gets her in positions to be successful. So that's how I'm looking at it now. But this is with 2 or 3 weeks left. We only got a handful more games before the end of the season. We're definitely preparing for the matchup to come. So that's real. You had one more for us here?
Yeah, B. I want to double down on what you just said, because as you see Sanaya King grow and change, you've seen the women's team change. So before, they were sort of overly dependent on Destiny. And the more she developed, everything kind of spread out. So I really want to applaud that insight you got there. She is it.
She's demonstrating what we've all known is that when you have strong guard play, anything's possible. And I think the more mature she's becoming around knowing when to get her shot and when to get people set up. There's been many stretches now when you watch the game where she's on the court and Destiny's sitting down. So that's how much faith the program, Coach Ty Grayson team have in her to run the program without having to run the ball and run the offense without having Destiny having to be there all the time. So that's where we're seeing that, this mixture of who's going to, play well and get going. She's the one who's the consistent, the constant on the court saying, how do we keep this ball moving? So I got my eye on her, to see how she continues to blossom. And the more she does, the more excited I am about us making a deep run into our tournament and potentially, making a return to the NCAA tournament.
What you got, E?
Okay.
Yeah, what you got, E?
I'm just piggybacking on what you're saying, B. Why? Because, and I'm going to do the right thing this time. I'm not going to reference Larry Bird. I thought about referencing John Stockton. I'm not going to do any of that. The way you described her made me think of Mo Cheeks, a true leading guard, somebody that dictates the play, make sure things go a certain way, don't have to score 50 million points, and before you know it, it's a wrap.
I love it. So he did reference Larry Bird. He did reference John Stockton.
It's like when you start a sentence, you say no disrespect. Disrespect is about to follow.
Disrespect follows. I see y'all do that.
But I have in the chamber.
I'm no longer worried about these West Skillford basketball. And despite what I say, I'm not going to reference what I'm not going to reference. I think we're having a ball, man. Welcome back, E. We missed your levity, brother. We missed your levity. I appreciate you being back. Chip, you always do a wonderful job getting us hyped about every moment of basketball. I'm just honored to be among the brothers, the Bison Basketball Brothers, that is. So it's really cool.